Oh, I got to tell you guys, I am not okay. I am not okay right now, and I have not been able to stop the emotional reaction I have been having about Hollis getting ready to go to college. I think there are a couple of things in place here. I really do think now that I am off the effexor, I feel like I'm just feeling things more deeply now than I was before. The effexor, these SSRIs, they block the anxiety, but they also block all like deep emotions, you know? So I have been finding myself over the course of the last 2 weeks just being way more emotional about Hollis taking off for college than I could have ever anticipated. In fact, about a month ago, when Stacy and I, my ex-wife and I, were at his soccer game and we were talking, she was telling me she was crying every week thinking about Hollis not being around the house, and I made fun of her. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, he's going to be right up the road. And I don't know if that gave me the okay to be as emotional as she was. But from that day on, I have kind of been a mess. Yesterday, it happened again. His school does something really cool. And I think it's because there's only 32 kids that graduate from their school. But they call it a pennant ceremony. So they get all of the kids and the parents in their library. And one by one, in alphabetical order, they announce the kids that are going to be going on to college. The kid comes up, shakes hands with one of the administrators, and then the administrator gives them the pennant to the college that they are going to be attending. They go up a ladder, and then they hang it on the library wall.
Oh, that's cool. What about the kids that have chosen not to go to college?
Don't know all about those kids.
Okay.
I think that the school that he's at has like a 95% rate. Mm-hmm. So the 5%, I don't think they have a pennant ceremony for those guys.
Yeah, they just get a Braves pennant.
I don't know how that works.
Gotcha.
But I can, it was just very touching to watch all these kids.
Oh, I bet.
That have grown up with each other. He's got 4 dudes in his class that have all been going to school with each other pretty much since like the 2nd grade. So watching them all go up this ladder and then put the pennants on what schools they're going to. You got one going to Georgia Tech. You got Anthony. He's going to Samford. They're just going all over the country. And then it was Hollis's turn, and he had his UNG pennant in his hands, North Georgia. He has his North Georgia shirt on, but he has UGA sweats on because that's the school that he wants to transfer to. And watching him go up there and hammer in his pennant and then come on down and just celebrate with his friends. Once there I am again, just getting all emotional about it, and had to sort of excuse myself to the back of the road because I didn't want everybody to see me breaking down.
No, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a testament to the relationship that you have with your kids and the relationship your kids have with you. I think it hits different too because, Hollis is your second and he's your youngest.
Yeah.
So this is like the last.
I think that's part of it.
Not just the last for him, but the last for you and Stacy to experience these moments with your kids. And I want to encourage you. All right. I have a homework assignment for you because there's going to be, obviously, with the graduation, and there's going to be more moments for you to get emotional. The next time you catch yourself getting emotional, instead of suppressing that feeling, instead of excusing yourself to the back of the room, embrace it. It's okay to show emotion, and you shouldn't.
Mo and I are looking at each other like it's not in our DNA.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't know what it is. I don't. I grew up with a very misogynistic, toxic masculinity father for sure.
I get that,
but just crying in front of. I've tried to cry in front of my kids before, and then when it is about to happen, I excuse myself also because I guess I don't want to be, vulnerable. But then doing it in a room full of adults, I don't think I have it in me to be that vulnerable.
It's a very vulnerable moment, and it's a tough ask for sure. I just think, and I had somebody come up and got emotional with me recently, and she was like incessantly apologizing, saying sorry because she was crying when she was talking to me. And I grabbed her by the shoulders, and I'm like, never apologize for having emotions. Like, that's the most beautiful part of life. Like, to be able to feel things and feel things so deeply, especially when it comes from a beautiful place, and to be able to showcase that and share it with the world, you should never have to apologize for that.
I know this is misogynistic in its own, but the truth of the matter is, if a woman is crying at a ceremony like that, everybody is rallying around her going, oh, but guys crying in that kind of situation is I don't know if it's acceptable or not. It's just much more difficult for a dude to do.
Dad tears get me every time, man.
Oh, 100%.
We won't allow ourselves to do it.
If you had started crying, would you have been the only parent in there crying?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
I don't think I saw anybody else crying. I wasn't really focused. Stacy wasn't. She was taking pictures of all the kids, though.
She's cried out, though.
She might not have any tears left, but I don't think anybody else was.
I absolutely from hearing you guys talk, understand that it's probably very difficult to do, but I do think it would be received very differently. Like dad tears.
Oh my God.
Anytime there are dad tears, it's like this. It's the same thing as like when a dad shows up to something at the kid's school, everyone's like, "You're an amazing dad." If a dad cries over his kid, you're a hero.
All right, let's try to normalize this for just 1 second. We only have a couple of minutes here, but
You gonna cry right now?
no. Can somebody call because a dude won't call in and narc on himself, but if the father of your kids was either more or equally emotional as you were, but didn't show it, will you call right now 1-855-BERT Show? Because I was just in the hall with Jimmy Barron was delivering us some food to say thank you for something, and he and I shared that he's just as emotional as I am. It's the first time that I have ever heard another man say they are really on the struggle bus with their kids leaving and showing it outwardly.
It's kind of ironic because I've only seen my dad cry in front of me twice. Once when his grandma died, and the other was when I was leaving to college. It was a similar situation, and I wrote like a letter to him because he had, when you said the other day, like you feel like you're never going to see him again. It's the same exact thing he said to me. He was like, I just don't know if I'm ever see you again. And I remember in that moment feeling like, Dad, that's the most dramatic thing I've ever heard you say. Like, that's ridiculous. But as you get older, you understand it more because, you realize how precious time really is. But I wrote him a letter to tell him, like, get that thought out your head, at that mind. And I wrote it in, like, the form of a poem. And I've never seen him cry since that day to this day. But that's the only time I've ever seen him cry.
It's not that I know that I'm not going to see him again. It's the accessibility, Like I know he's going to be in my house 3 or 4 days a week. I know that he's going to come in and he's going to tell me about the tough things that he's going through, be it with girls, relationships, or what's going on in school, and not having that access or seeing him. Chances are pretty good I'm going to be traveling to Athens way more than he's going to be coming back to Atlanta to see him, yeah?
It's a weird transition, but your relationship just changes. So you have to trade in the accessibility for just a different kind of relationship. Like my relationship with my parents is way better now that I'm out of the house because now we kind of have like a more adult friendship. So because you're trading in the accessibility and him just being around all the time, like you're getting to trade that in for a more adult relationship, which is just going to look different.
I don't want to be the person, like I'm not trying to fear monger, but I do want to prepare you. I don't know how Hollis is, but when I went to college, I kind of disconnected from my parents for like a couple of months, and I would check in maybe once a month.
Not acceptable.
Yeah, and I understand that's not typical. And now as a parent, that hurts my heart. But at that time, I really needed to figure out who I was on my own. And I wanted to establish that independence of dealing with stuff by myself without running to my parents. And so I kind of took a step back. But I mean, obviously we're good now. But I just want to prepare you because some kids call every week. Like my sister was every week, always visiting, and I was the opposite. So if he doesn't touch base in a month, that doesn't mean you're forgotten. It might mean he's just trying to figure himself out.
It's very different also. Like I don't expect calls, but texting. So long as he's like touching base with me texting, then we're going to be good to go. Aisha, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Hey, good morning. P1 here. Love you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bert, I would say show the emotions. My husband, we've been together 19 years, and he cries for every moment, every milestone. The kids know it's coming, both our sons and our daughter. They embrace it, and then his friends around him, like even if we're at church and the tears start flowing or whatever it is, his guy friends embrace him. So I don't think it's weird at all. And my husband, he's older, he's 61. So I think that it's way more acceptable. So I say go for it.
Yeah, I think if I was doing it consistently, I'd be okay with it. But since this is all kind of new for me, it just feels so strange. And I think it would be so strange. I think Hollis would actually love it to see his dad cry. I think that he'd really be like, okay.
I am loved.
I am loved. He already knows he's loved too much. It's a little bit like me trying to hug Franny at the end of the day. She don't want that either. It's too much.
The Bert Show.